Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fast Lane Pod. As usual, my name is Allow and with me, as usual, hello.
Hi, everyone. It's Timmy here. Happy New Year. I'm so glad we're back.
Merry New Year. Merry New Year,
and it's
everyone.
nearly race
Good to
season
be
as
back.
well. So
Yes.
timing is good. Timing is good.
Yes. I don't know about you, but I've been struggling with my excitement. Just counting down the days until the season starts. Yeah,
same.
And on one of my Reddit feeds, they show you like a number every day, a number of days left till the season starts, that kind of thing. So I'm like, yeah, I'm very excited.
I think
I can't wait. And
the season starts this week, right? It starts tomorrow with testing. So in fact, from shakedown, I think I was already like in season 2026 season mode. So I'm looking forward to it. I feel like there's a lot of things to look forward to this year.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe like we should just start, right? Because to be honest, there's so many things to look forward to this year that the one thing that has been trying to kill my energy and kill my spirit is Lewis Hamilton.
Let's hear it.
And everyone on my feed, on my social media thinks it's appropriate to send me every single annoying Lewis Hamilton post. So I see it when I wake up, I see it when I sleep, I see it while I sleep. And it's not making me happy.
I'm assuming you're referring to Lewis Hamilton and his latest girlfriend.
Yes, I am.
I'm assuming that's the problem.
This is the Lewis Hamilton that said he lives and breathes
F1,
right? He's not looking, he doesn't have a family, he doesn't have a wife. I don't know if he mentioned girlfriend, but we all assumed the girlfriend was part of those things that he was not having until he won his 8th title. So I'm a little shocked that we're finding out just before the season. It's like, where's the focus here?
I agree. I have one niggling question for you. Is it the fact that he has a girlfriend that's bothering you, or who the girlfriend is?
It's both.
Okay. So let's go with that. Yeah.
You are the one driver on the track that is 100% F1, but you are going around, sneaking in and out of hotels, going to Super Bowl, making the headlines when testing is in like literally 24 hours. Like, that doesn't show me that you're 100% F1.
Focus.
Right? So it's that. But it's now to add, what's that thing they say? To add fire to the frying pan. It's now her. Do you understand?
The elephant in the room.
Yes. And, everyone says different things about her, whatever the case is. But for me, it's not just who she is, but it's also like what she represents, which I didn't think Lewis represented, right? Like, Lewis has been very pro-Palestine, in my opinion. And she is not that sort of person. I heard apparently she's banned from like buying Ferraris. What are the odds?
The irony.
Exactly. So yeah, I just don't think I didn't think that like that was I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
Now I'm gonna ask you one more question before I go into what I think. What else are you not addressing? What else are you not saying? When it comes to Kim K, what else are you not saying? Exactly. The KURSE,
Nearly all of the guys she dates, after she dates them, ends up like nowhere, right? Yeah, successful. Yeah. Well, pre-K successful.
And then in fact, her ex-husbands, her ex-boyfriends. I mean, it's disaster central, right?
Not just her, to be honest. I don't think it's a Kim K curse. I think it's a Kardashian curse, right?
I think it's a Kardashian thing. Yeah, I think it's a Kardashian thing.
She now had
the Venus flytrap.
She now had the effrontery to target Lewis, our 8th-time champion, and he's falling for it. In my opinion, like, I feel like I don't even have any, I don't know. I just feel like, okay, Lewis, if that's what you want to do, do it. I'm already like rooting for George at the moment because I just feel like I can't cry more than the bereaved. Do you understand? Like, if that's what you want to do with the rest of your career, then good riddance.
Before I get into it, I want to thank you for watching us. I want to invite you to please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe, please.
Please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and let's get. So, when I first saw the news, my brain was like, no, stop. Like, say it's not true. That kind of is not possible now. Lewis, you won't do this to yourself. Because like you've just like you're saying, you had said you're focused, you're locked in, it's about your 8th title, you have no distractions. Great. And I understand everyone can feel lonely and nobody's meant to be alone. And you're a superstar athlete, But why Kim K? Like, of all the women on this planet, like of every single one, why Kim Kardashian? Do you not like this 8th title? Is it not hard enough being a Ferrari driver? Is it not hard enough the fact that you're over 40 years old and the fact that you seem to have lost your speed and your team is struggling? The rules have changed. Everything has changed. Engine rules, power unit rules, the aerodynamic rules have changed. You have a new engineer.
Exactly.
And here we are, and it's Kim Kardashian. Village people. Because come on, guy. Like,
it just seems so bad, right?
Stupid. What's wrong with you?
Do you really think there's no one around him that is like talking to him? Because I've not seen one positive comment on the internet, honestly. I don't believe he can be oblivious to this. Like, I just feel like, come on, right? Like, he must know, right?
You can't be living in the dungeon. And if you're a successful person of color in this day and age, if you're a successful person, knowing where this person has been, right? Like, and I'm talking in terms of what's happened to her partners. I don't care about where her life is like or how she made her money. That's not it. It's the fact that ex-husband, there's Kanye, there's come on, all these people that
Ray J,
come on. Do you really, really want to be in that group? Just look, even if there's only a 1% chance that the Kardashian curse is real, why must you be the scapegoat? Why do you have to test it? Why?
Yeah, I just want to say that, like, if this is true, then I just feel like that's fine then, right? Like, let everyone just shift their focus. Do you understand? As him too, he's shifting his focus. We will shift our focus to other drivers. Do you understand? Because I will not stay a Hamilton fan. I will not.
Since he wants to sabotage himself, right?
Yeah.
If you're watching us, let us know what you think about this.
Please do.
Lewis and Kim K romance.
Are we being too harsh?
Are we being harsh? Look, do you agree with us? Is it worth the risk? Like, and then if you're a guy, if you were in Lewis's shoes, would you do it? Would you risk it all for Kim K? Would you risk? Do you even want to find out if that thing? Yeah,
that's a good question.
Like, if they would you risk it at this point in time? And would you risk it for her?
Please let us know. I'll be interested.
Let us know in the comments.
To come back and read the comments. Yeah,
it will be nice.
So moving on, can we just move on to better news? To be honest,
Timmy's not happy. Timmy's not happy. Timmy's not happy.
I'm not. I'm not. So just moving on. So what should we talk about? what should we talk about? There's a lot. There's the new teams. There's the liveries. What do you want to go for?
New teams.
New teams.
We have Cadillac. We have Cadillac F1. We have Audi F1. Absolutely excited to see.
What did you think?
I'm excited. I am excited for a variety of reasons. I think F1 needs a shake-up. We've had this same status quo for a long time. And I can't remember the last time we had two new teams come into the sport. I mean, you can argue that Audi is taking over the old Sauber operation. But Audi is Audi, right? Audi is Le Mans. Audi have a very rich history in motorsports, in endurance racing, dealing with hybrid cars. I mean, the World Endurance Championships, the budget that Audi bring to the game, they're one of the biggest car makers in the world. Well, I mean, they're part of the Volkswagen group. So their resources, and those guys always win. Like Audi will come in here, whether it was in rallying, wherever it is, they know how to build winners.
Yeah.
So that excites me. New blood, new budgets, excites me. And then there's Cadillac as well. Cadillac,
and what do you think of the drivers?
So you have Cadillac with the experienced lineup of Bottas and Checo Perez, for which I'm like, okay, I mean, you've gone with experience. Clearly they're not looking for an instant splash. So they've gone with that experience, which is fine.
On that point, right? In terms of experience, I think F1 they posted this thing about drivers with the most points combined.
Yeah.
And the Cadillac team, even though they're a new team, based on the two drivers they had, I think they were number 3 or number 4. Out of the entire team lineup. So, I mean, they do have the experience, right? And they've scored the points. So,
I mean, they also have 2 race winners. So how many teams are racing with 2 race-winning drivers?
So let's go through it, actually. Let's go through it.
The obvious one is...
So we have McLaren.
The most obvious one is McLaren and Ferrari are the most obvious 2. Okay. Then you've got... hold on.
Then you've got Cadillac, right?
You've got Cadillac, yeah. I mean, look at me, Cadillac.
Then what about Williams? What about Williams? So I know Sainz has won. Has Albon?
Won, and
I don't think Albon has, right?
Yes, actually. Hold on. That's a good question.
I know he has a podium or multiple.
I believe I don't know if he's won a race before. Let's just check it now.
Then while you're checking,
I don't think he's won one before.
No.
So let's see. F1 wins. No wins in F1.
No
wins. No wins.
And Antonelli never won, did he? He only got a podium.
Never won. So it's looking like you have 3 guys. You've got 3 teams. McLaren, like we said, you've got Ferrari and you've got Cadillac. Those are the only 3 teams that I can think of right now. In Aston Martin, obviously Lance never won anything. Well, what about Alpine, actually?
Those are the only teams.
Alpine?
No. Alpine, Colapinto has never won anything.
You're right. So 3 teams. So in terms of experience, you have 3. I mean, you have 2 of the most experienced drivers on the grid are in there. They've also raced championship winning cars before, both drivers. Okay. They've also partnered with world champion drivers, and they are multiple race winners. They know what it is to race at the very front of the grid. So they bring something to that team, which is in terms of experience, Yeah. And it's similar to Red Bull's strategy when they first came onto the grid. When they initially hired, was it David Coulthard? It was one of the early drivers. Yeah, one of the early drivers was David Coulthard. And there's something to be said for bringing an experienced driver in to lead your team, efforts. I'm trying to think of somebody else now with that sort of pedigree, and it's It'll come to me. A new team that came in recently. Yeah, I remember was it the Jaguar F1 team? Mercedes. It was Mercedes' return. Mercedes on their return.
Okay.
Michael Schumacher in the car. So yeah, I mean, you don't get much more experience than.
So we're excited about Cadillac. It seems we think
they've
got the excited. They've got the lineup that they need.
Yeah, they also have experience. They also have experience with endurance racing. You know, so they've got the American, the IMSA series and co. You know, so they have the experience. They've got they've got experience.
What do you think about the car?
I love the colors. You know, I love the color. I've read a lot about the cars, but you know, until they hit the ground running, like actual testing. So they have the shakedowns, which is great. I mean, they put in a good number of laps, and you know, I'm talking generally now of the grid. Mercedes looking like they're flying. Yes, the controversy about the car. But first of all, Mercedes look like they're flying. The car is fine. They put in a huge number of laps, you know, doing the shakedowns, which is amazing. You know, Ferrari didn't do too badly as well. Now, this bodes well for the teams being powered by Ferrari and Mercedes, right? It means that even if those actual teams didn't do much work, at least you know that the power units are sound.
True.
So I'm excited I'm excited for these guys. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm looking forward to the season. And because of the new aero rules, the new power unit rules, like it's a reset, right? It's a big reset.
Yeah, it's new. It's fresh.
Yeah,
exciting.
It's fresh. Yeah. And then Red Bull are designing their own engines for the first time. Honda are back in F1, which makes Aston Martin a works team, more or less. Their partner team with Honda. And you've got Adrian Newey designing the Aston Martin car. You know, there's so much to be excited about.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
From all accounts, Adrian's suspension is amazing. The car design is looking like a dark horse. The only problem is we don't know what the engine is going to be like. And last time Honda came back into F1, it was disastrous with McLaren. It was absolutely disastrous.
Who was that with? Okay, McLaren.
And guess who was the driver in the car? A certain Fernando Alonso. And it was a horrible experience for him.
That might be good though, right? That might mean experience.
So it was not great. The car was slow. At one point, Alonso designed the car, described the car as an F2 car or something. The car was slow. The engine was not reliable. They kept getting the engine kept failing. And to make matters worse, because the performance was so bad, Alonso decided to go and race in the Indy 500. Just see, you know, let me see if I can even knock that off and get that off the holy grail of F1. And he raced McLaren, powered by Honda, in the Indy 500. And with maybe 30 laps or 35 laps to go, the engine blew up. Yes. And he was maybe 7th or 11th place. He was in the running. He had a chance to win the race. And the same thing that happens to him in F1 happened to him. The same thing that happened to him virtually every weekend in F1 happened to him in at the Indy 500. The engine gave up. The Honda engine gave up. So there's you can imagine that the amount of trepidation.
I'm hoping that Honda has learned from their mistakes. I'm hoping that this won't be a repeat.
I hope so. But don't forget what happened with that Honda eventually. So that Honda, there was a massive falling out between Honda and McLaren and Alonso. Honda took their engines to Red Bull. And here we are, how many years later? 4 drivers' championships for Mr. Max Verstappen. Okay, that same Honda engine, which makes you wonder if McLaren had stuck with that program, would it have been McLaren with 2, 3, 4, 5 titles rather than Max Verstappen? Yes. On these fine things,
we will never know.
We'll never know. No, never know.
Exactly.
Never know. But it's a new season.
Yeah.
It's a new season. We get to write a new script.
Exactly.
What are your thoughts about the season? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I'm excited. I just feel like, you know how I don't know if it was online or offline last year, we were saying how or you were saying how, you know, F1 was getting a little boring sometimes. I feel like this season is doing what it needs to do, especially for a lot of old F1 fans, right? It is changing everything around. It's giving everyone a chance to catch up. I feel like it's going to invite a lot of new, fresh fans as well, because this is a time for everyone to, you know, learn what's going on. Like, I'm trying to learn the technical rules. I'm trying to understand what's going on with the cars again. So I just feel like it's good. I love the fact that there's more competition on the grid. You know, it's one of those things where I have absolutely no idea what is going to happen on the track. I can say what I hope would happen, but there's just too many new elements. Do you get what I mean? There are new drivers, completely new cars, completely new regulations, like a new race engineer. There's so many new things in the mix that I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think that McLaren will come in and dominate the way they did, well, arguably the way they did last season. I think even the best of drivers like Max will, you know, struggle a bit, if not with the car, then with the regulations as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the highs and the lows. Yeah. And then of course, I don't know if we have to, I don't think we have time to talk about it now, actually, because I think that there's some detail to talk about, but a lot of it will be determined by what the FIA is saying on this Mercedes compression issue. And I don't think, I know there was supposed to be a decision, right? I don't think that decision's been made yet. I know I saw in the papers they're going to take, Mercedes are willing to go to court if the decision isn't in their favor. So I think that we do need to like sit down and talk about that a bit, because that might determine Mercedes' dominance on the track, right?
I agree. That power unit saga, you know, it's so crazy. How, and I have one question: how did the rest of the grid find out that Mercedes have this advantage? How did it come out? And it turns out that Red Bull also had some sort of, Red Bull was initially in favor of it, of the FIA allowing Mercedes to run the technology. I think the idea was that Red Bull was trying to see if they could replicate it.
Exactly.
And once they found they could not replicate it, they were like, oh, no, it's no longer allowed.
Yeah. It was definitely leaked by someone within Mercedes, in my opinion. How else did it get out? But it was leaked a while ago, right? Like, we heard of this. I heard of this like last year and not towards the end of last year. So it was leaked a while ago. But I didn't hear any controversy around it, right? It was just, oh, Mercedes might have this hack, which makes me think that all of a sudden Red Bull, and not just Red Bull, the other teams have realized that, okay, there's nothing they can do. They can't maximize this hack for their benefit. So now we need to complain. And I'm not mad at them for complaining, because we all know Toto would do the same thing, and he has in the past. So I'm actually not mad at, I'm not mad at that.
It's dog eat dog, really. It is dog eat dog.
And just... I heard that I heard Red Bull actually went to go and tell the other teams, like, guys, these are the specifics. Try and do it, because we've not been able to. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Like, if I'm not going to win, if I'm not going to be able to win this, you know what? Let's scatter it for everybody.
Let's scatter it for everybody. I love it. Everybody. I love it.
Look.
I love it.
Look. And again, I'm okay with Mercedes having an advantage.
Okay. Other teams have in the past, so understandable.
It's the nature of a sport. Look, you can't kill innovation. The question is it legal? If it is legal, then okay, because what we know of is Mercedes' trick. We don't know what other tricks the other teams have. whether it's in the suspension, in the aerodynamics, in whatever it is. You find the edge wherever you can find it. See, as long as you don't break the spirit and the letter of the rules, that is fundamental. Spirit, letter of the rules. Beyond that, come on, let's innovate. Let's find every edge we can find to make this work for us.
Okay, so we're running out of time, but let us know what you think. Let us know what you think. Is it fair that Mercedes have this advantage? Is it fair what Red Bull even did? Leaking it for everyone.
Snitching.
Snitching. And what do you think the FIA will decide? What do you think the FIA will decide? Please share your comments, share your views. It's been great having you. It's great to be back. We look forward to the 2026 season. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too. Again, thank you for watching. Please share, like, subscribe. We are going to be consistent this year, I can assure you. So you don't want to miss out.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching us. And please let us know your comments let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye, Timmy.
Bye.